Hello, my name is Jordan Troffnagel, and today I'm going to explain to you why it is false to claim that the No Child Left Behind Act is an ineffective policy. In order to explain why the program cannot be deemed ineffective, we must first take a closer look at the definition of ineffective. I have chosen the most credible sources at my disposal. I first went to the printed version of Black's Law Dictionary, and the word ineffective was not listed. I then went to the Oxford American College Printed Dictionary and found the first definition of ineffective to be not effective. Preferring Black's Law Dictionary due to the fact that it is also used by the Supreme Court, I then sought out the definition for effective, which the Black's Law Dictionary did have. Therefore, the first definition listed under effective is producing a result, one that is desired or intended. Therefore, in order for the affirmative to prove the act as ineffective, there must be indisputable evidence that there either has been no intended effects occurring under this policy, or indisputable evidence that the measured gains that have occurred under this policy cannot be attributed to the NCLB itself. As stated directly from the U.S. Department of Education's website, the four pillars of the No Child Left Behind Act are stronger accountability for results, more freedom for states and communities, proven education methods, and more choices for parents. I could argue that the NCLB has provided at least some effect to any of these four pillars, and to reaffirm that the NCLB is found to be and to reaffirm if the NCLB is found to be producing effect, then it cannot be called ineffective. Prior to the No Child Left Behind Act, some states already had accountability practices in place, but the fact is many states did not. The No Child Left Behind Act required all states to display the level of accountability that some states were already showing. Without a law like the No Child Left Behind Act being passed, it is impossible to know how long it could have taken the states lacking accountability to finally develop their own accountability programs. The creation of these accountability programs as a result of the No Child Left Behind Act is indisputable evidence of a desired effect of the program, which again, by definition, demonstrates that the No Child Left Behind Act simply cannot be called ineffective. The creation of these accountability programs is an indisputable fact that the NCLB has in fact created an effect, and is therefore not ineffective. Not only did the No Child Left Behind Act create this accountability programs for states in which they did not exist, but these accountability programs also led to a decrease in the achievement gaps. According to an article that is both scholarly and peer-reviewed, found in a journal called Education Next, we find that the accountability provisions of NCLB generated large and significant and statistical increases in math achievement of fourth graders, and these gains were concentrated among African American, Hispanic students, and other students who were eligible for subsidized lunch. In order for the act to be deemed ineffective, in order for the act to be deemed ineffective, these gains would have to be attributed to something indisputable that caused them that is completely separate from the No Child Left Behind Act. Another intended effect that the No Child Left Behind Act has created is more freedom for students and parents who attend underachieving schools. The No Child Left Behind Act allows students the ability to transfer to a better school if they are in a underperforming school. This is yet another indisputable effect of the No Child Left Behind Act. Prior to the act, there was no flexibility for publicly schooled students attending underperforming schools. Now with the NCLB, there is. To recap, I am not making the claim that the No Child Left Behind Act is flawless or even necessarily a good program. The point that I am making is that there is some indisputable effects that have occurred under the No Child Left Behind Act, and by producing some intended effects, it by definition cannot be called ineffective. In addition, the created accountability programs also found that the fourth graders are seeing significant gains in mathematics since this program was implemented. It would be the job of the affirmative to somehow show that the NCLB cannot be attributed to these gains at all. of the program also satisfies the goal of creating more freedom for parents and students by allowing the students to transfer out of underperforming schools. Again, I feel it is important to state that I am not arguing the point that the No Child Left Behind Act is a good policy. I'm debating the statement that the No Child Left Behind Act is an ineffective policy. This is a very crucial point because by definition, it does not take much for something to fulfill the definition of effective. And if something is effective, it cannot be labeled as ineffective. I thank you for taking the time to listen to this debate. I urge you to not overthink this topic and do the right thing by voting for the negative in this debate. Thank you.